Rev up your engines! Well, as usual, I've been trying products out. I'm going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're going to start out with something that isn't what it says it is. Now, it says it's a portable work light. And strangely enough, you put it on Amazon, there it is. But it's not really a work light, it's a play light. You can see there's no markings on it at all. They're not even telling you what company it is. Now, it was 45 bucks on Amazon. Now it's $39. But when you look closely, it's sponsored. Now, I kind of figured that already because the only thing it said on the box was portable work light. Now, what are the odds that you go to Amazon and type in portable work light and this thing pops up? Well, it's because they're paying to sponsor the thing. Now, it is a light, it is portable, but I wouldn't really use the word work. This thing is super lightweight. It hardly weighs anything. And since it's got lithium batteries inside, there's hardly any power in this thing. I have it on full blast, right? The thing lasted 25 minutes. That's it. You better be a really fast worker if you're going to use something like this. Now, when you put a charging cable in it, it's the same as my phone charging cable, right? And you plug it in somewhere, of course, then it'll run a long time. But that's really not the point. It's supposed to be portable, right? Its own battery. The battery in this thing isn't worth squat. It doesn't last long. This is a brand new unit. If it lasts 25 minutes now, imagine down the line if it's still working, how short it's going to go. So if you have your own power supply to plug it into, hey, go ahead. But really, if you need a power supply for a portable work light, you might as well just go buy some LED lights that you plug into the wall and an extension cord. That's what I use in my garage in Rhode Island. They were dirt cheap. They were 29 bucks. They put out tons of light and they never run out because they're plugged into the wall. And to prove my point, you can see it's not working anymore. It's already run out of power. Now, granted, that wasn't a full charge. It had only 3 of the lights lit up, showing that it was a little over half powered, but it's already run out. So unless you want a toy, it's not anything serious. Yeah, it's got a magnetic base on it, so you can hang it on things. As you can see, it hangs on the metal, comes off, but it doesn't last very long. As soon as I got it, I picked it up, he said, this thing doesn't weigh. Do I have to plug it in? Are there batteries in it? But indeed, there are batteries inside because it works by itself, but they don't last very long. Pretty much wasting 40 bucks. It's too easy to falsify good claims. And in this case, the very fact that you can just type in work light and this thing comes out shows they're paying money to get their name up there, because a product like this would not be top rated in anybody who really wants a work light. Look, it doesn't weigh anything. There's hardly anything in it. It doesn't last long. And this is new. You can imagine it's ages. So don't throw your money away on a light like this. Get a heavier duty one you plug in, or tiny little flashlight, right? Bright as can be. I've been using it for years. It works perfectly fine. And the battery in this thing is fully rechargeable. This thing's still working perfectly fine. And it's got its own charging port too. And it costs less than that thing did. Metal, I've run over it with trucks. I've dropped it in oil change oil when I slipped. It still works. And strangely enough, like many Chinese products, I can't even tell you where I got it. It works fine, but there is not any marking on this thing. You can take it apart. It has no name. It's just one of those generic Chinese jobs. Only this one works quite well. You can see it's got an O-ring, so it can go in the water and water won't bother it. This little flashlight doesn't weigh much less than this big old light. So should we lose all hope? Well, not really. This is a borescope, but it's a radical change. It's got a camera on the top and a camera on each side, so you can see all around. Now, they're selling it for $64.99 on their website, but I found one for $58 on another site. You use some kind of code, so always price around when you're looking at this stuff. That's what the internet's good for. But I was totally blown away by something that's this inexpensive. And here's why. You turn the thing on, it's got its own battery. Then when you're looking in, you get a straight down view, but watch this. To the left, and then we push the button again, it looks to the right. So you get the whole view around. As you can see, the side is lit for the side camera. Then when we go back to the front camera's lit. Then we change it again, and the other side camera's lit. So you're basically getting 3 cameras in one system. And in the $50 to $60 range for a scope, that's phenomenal. Now, this company also makes gigantic ones, cost $1,000 or more, for guys that work on plumbing and sewer system so they can keep reeling the hoses out and look through their giant console. This is just a baby version of that. 50, 60 bucks. Boy, I'll tell you, it's kind of a steal. Say you're looking for leaks in your AC system, or you think maybe your kid threw a toy in the vent. Well, look, you can see one side, then you can see the other side, and even more, you can see the bottom side. So as you move it around, you can definitely look for stuff. It's phenomenal in this price range. So there we have it, something from China that isn't junk, that's phenomenal in the price range. And this company isn't stupid. They put their name on it, Vivor. And they even have the model number, 451P. This company knows what it's doing. Now this next tool that I got, you might find rather intriguing. It is a $13.99 multimeter. The proof on Amazon. There it is. It's on sale. $13.99. 85D meter. Now, I mean, let's face the facts. Is it going to do everything that my super expensive Fluke meter does? Well, of course not. When the Fluke was new, it was $817. This one is $800 cheaper. But for what it is, it does work. You can see, you press it for 2 seconds. Comes on, and it's auto reading. You don't have to mess with crap. There we go, 12.45, 12.44 volts. Now, to use the Fluke, you really got to understand electricity. You got to know which numbers to put it on, what ranges to set them up for. This is a basic one, sure, but you don't have to worry about having the right voltage, having it on the wrong range, and you think you have 1.2, but you actually have 12. This is auto ranging. Now, it's auto ranging, but you can also pick functions. This case, it's DC, switch it, it's AC, now it's doing resistance. Comes with a decent instruction manual too, for those of you who want to learn. You can check for live wires in your house, 110. Pretty cool for such a cheap little machine. This Chinese company is smart. They put their name, a SARC 85D digital multimeter, right on it. They're not hiding some generic thing. It's pretty hefty for a little unit too. Hey, for that kind of money, you can't complain. You can even test the wiring in your house like I'm telling you. It's amazing how some of these lower priced devices can actually work. Yeah, a lot of them don't, but this one does at that price range. Kind of blows me away. Does the idea? It comes with a cute little case too. That's insane for that price range. You're always losing stuff, right? The leads, the plugs. They're all in this little box now. I ever need a meter, everything is self-contained. Now the next thing I've been testing out is this cool electric bike. It's my favorite. I've got dozens of them, but this is my favorite. It's got cool digital turn signals like a motorcycle. It's an Astro C3. They definitely put their name on this. It's a serious little electric bike. You can see, here's the battery. Look, you push it, you got 3 greens and a red. And sure, you noticed it's dirty. You know why? Because I use it all the time. It's fun. No, as I said, it's not a cheap electric bike, but it really is well made. For instance, does it have some crappy Chinese no-name brand battery? No, it's got a Samsung battery. It's got big old motorcycle tires, disc brakes, and yes, they are hydraulic disc brakes. They don't use brake fluid, they use mineral oil, but they are hydraulic, both front and back. Big old tires for going off-road if you want. Got 8 gears. If you run out of power and you got a pedal. And even with big old me on it, it takes off fast. And it stops on a dime. Look at that baby stop. Now it's not like a normal bike. It is not lightweight. Ugh, I gotta pull like mad to pick this baby up. But that's what gives it heft, like a motorcycle. You feel like you're sitting on something substantial, and it's fun to drive around in. And so far, nothing is broken on it, probably because I haven't let my grandson drive it, who wrecks everything. This is the most fun bike I've ever had. If anyone out there thinks they have a better electric bike than this, feel free to send me one to try out. I'll honestly test it out. If I find it's better than this thing, I'll say, hey, there's a new #1 in town. But be forewarned, you can't pay me to say that. So I'll test them out honestly. Somebody has a better one, I'll try it out and I'll say it's better or not. Just don't try to bribe me. Other people all the time try to bribe me and say, what does it cost to make you give a good video for us? This doesn't cost you anything because I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm gonna get them dirty. I'm gonna drive them through the mud. I'm gonna take them through their paces. Because if you're gonna shell this kind of money out for an electric bike, you wanna make sure you're getting your money's worth. Like I said, I haven't found one better than this one yet. So that's it for today. But as per usual, if you've got a car problem or you got some product you think is the best, you either make yourself or you bought a product that you really think is great, feel free to send me one. I'll try it out honestly. Just realize, if it's a stinker product, I'm gonna call you out. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.